Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the House of Moody Vintage podcast. Great to be back here. A long weekend. It was a long weekend. You know, it was a Labor Day weekend for most of the world. Some people are still working on Labor Day weekend, unfortunately. I feel sorry for y'all. Apologize. But hopefully you get a day off and make up for it. You know, talk to your bosses or something. You know what I mean? Get that day off. Something I clearly do not do. I don't take my own advice to get day offs. I'm stupid like that. Anyways, because it was refreshing for me because like I said, I'm kind of stupid when it comes to that. I don't ask for day offs when it comes to work. I either wait for like national holidays or the weekend because that's the way to do it. That's when you take a day off, you know? Which is dumb because, a weekend is not enough sometimes, even if it is Labor Day weekend. And this time it was wonderful because it was also the end of Ramadan, it was Eid al-Fitr. So Eid Mubarak, everybody. You're probably still celebrating it. If not, you have already celebrated. We already celebrated here in Bangkok. We celebrated Eid on Monday. And we had a plan, you guys know me, my Bangkok family and I, we'd be always doing things, but we had something planned originally, and then we realized that, we went a little too hard. That's what we realized. Sunday night we went a little too hard. We had fun. Let's just put it that way. All right. Again, if you follow me on IG, I think you know what we were up to. So, we went a little too hard, enjoyed ourselves, regardless. It was, still enjoyable. So, nothing wrong with that. But hey, I think, more, it was more about my friends enjoying it than myself. No, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I'm talking about like, my friends were actually fasting. They were doing the whole month thing, they tried to. The majority of the days they did pretty well. So shout out to them. It's hard, man. It's hard to do it, as a grown-ass adult. You know what I mean? You got to work all day, every day. Anyways, so this weekend was very much appreciated, especially for me, the guy who doesn't ask for goddamn off days. And it's, it was a week of like just a lot of surprising things, a lot of things on the move, I should say. Obviously, I'm not gonna get into details, but so that's what I mean by like the weekend was very welcome. And this month, it seems like, it was like, I think the end of April was a pretty good end to it, and I don't know, there was definitely a lot of not necessarily negative things, but challenging things in the near future that might change, but it's like change for the better in a way. There could be, making some moves, shifting this, shifting that, unexpected things, of course. Hopefully it's like positive unexpected things, you know what I mean? And there have been some kind of foreshadowing on certain stuff. Some things have already been kind of decided, so all of this is going on right now in my life. So that's why the weekend was so it was just a perfect opportunity to disconnect. And it was a long weekend, Labor Day weekend. And then, of course, followed by Eid. And everybody's enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying it. And, with your family and friends and all that stuff. I was never a big Eid person, as a Muslim. Got to be honest with you. Because what do you do? What do you end up doing? You go to people's houses and eat. Like, you don't do that every weekend anyway? Come on, man. South Asians. Come on. Don't play. Especially, my Bengalis. Like, what's up? That's all y'all do is just go to people's houses, man. And if you're young enough, you get, salami, right? You get the monies. You get the monies from the adults or the elders in your family. Let me tell you something. If you're in your 20s, bro, if you're in your like 25 and up, and you're still getting, money from I don't know, older adults, shame on you. You making your own goddamn money. Stop asking for money. All right? You is not 12 years old anymore. That went out the window. Man, I remember when I, hit my my 20s, or, had like a proper, like, stable job, like I wasn't getting money anymore, man. I was giving out, I was the one giving out money to like my younger cousins and shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give away my money. It's my hard-earned goddamn money. Anyways, so I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that tradition. Unpopular opinion. Go cancel me. I don't care. But not my thing. All right, and stop asking for money. Shoo, you're a grown ass men and women asking your parents for money still. What's wrong with you? I mean, if your uncles and aunts are giving it to you, I mean, it's, or your grandparents, it's difficult to say no because they want to give. Hopefully there's no hidden agenda because as brown folks, we always got some hidden agenda. No, anyways, I hope you guys have had a great Eid, having a great Eid. A little late this time, usually, I drop my episodes on Sundays. But I figured, Monday was sort of like the next best thing, or like the most logical thing to do is on a Monday. But simply because I just enjoyed myself so much and enjoyed myself and just be kind of disconnected, even though there were a couple of little things that I had to do work-wise, but nothing so, nothing too time-consuming, you know what I mean? Or laborious, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I used that word correctly. I think I did. I don't know. Anyways, I'm still in holiday mode. No, but enjoy. It was enjoyable, and there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. Okay. I'm doing this. I'm about to drop this, right after, the recording. I'm going to go into the editing process as usual, and I try to get it to you guys as fast as possible. At least, of course, the audio, obviously, first. The YouTube, if you're watching it on YouTube right now, it's up on Wednesday evening. Yes, Wednesday evening. So if you're listening to this as soon as it drops, it's probably Tuesday night. And you might see... Oh, okay, no. Let me take that back. The video will probably be out tomorrow morning, so it'll be Wednesday morning. Anyways, here in Thailand, in Bangkok, local time zone. There's lots to talk about. Went through lots to talk about. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, oh my goodness, it is the series finale of Moon Knight. I'm hella excited. The last episode, the penultimate episode, was the best episode in the season, the series. It is a mini series. I don't know. There was some kind of there are speculations that it might get extended. Not really. I don't know if there's going to be season 2 or not. But I'm totally perfectly fine, 100% fine, of it being just one season, like a mini series, right? And it just got submitted for an Emmy. So, see if the selection is, gets some nominations, then it'll definitely be in next year's Emmys. So, and there are certain rules in that, because you can't just put in a limited series in the limited series category and then come out with the next season. So there is no season 2. It's just one season. Anyways, it's gonna be dope. I purposely avoided watching the trailer because they usually give trailers out for the next episode. I said no, thank you. I want to keep it, just, as big of a surprise as I can keep it. You know what I mean? Because this show has been so fucking awesome. It is the best, Marvel television show. For the longest time, it was Daredevil for me, personally. Daredevil, WandaVision was dope. I mean, just the filmmaking perspective, the production and the execution. Such a great show. It's a great series. But Moon Knight for me tops it all. It tops all of them. And I love Loki too. Loki, I'm a big fan of Loki as well. That show was very well done. But I don't think any of them come to not that close to Moon Knight. I think that's how big of a lead Moon Knight has right now. And when you have someone like Oscar Isaac, and you have Egyptian directors, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got that's authenticity. Disney be doing that authenticity, to the T, perfect to the T. Enjoying the Arabic and Egyptian artists in the post credits, The songs have been dope. Some of them completely new to me. Some of them I loved, and I just appreciated them actually, adding it to the show. And I think it just makes it more authentic, man. It's so dope. The whole mythology of, Egyptian mythology and things like that. And talking about series finales. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna save that after this. Let me get the new stuff out of the way. So, and then of course, on the same day, the multiverse of madness, right? Doctor Strange, the sequel to Doctor Strange. It's like one of the most anticipated ones because there's so many things in this film that sort of, it's coming off of course, the last Spider-Man movie into the MCU. And it's, everything's changed now, of course. This is all post like in Infinity War, after the snap, whatever, post-snap, post-pandemic, post-snap. So there's a lot of elements here that's going to be just like mind-blowing. You get new characters in there. You get different variations of characters. So I'm just hella excited, just like anybody else, to see what the sequel to Doctor Strange will have. This is because I think it's going to be completely, totally different. And of course, it's directed by Sam Raimi. So, I mean, it's, he has his own style to it. He's a stylistic director. You can tell a Sam Raimi film from, somebody else's. So, and I heard there was a lot of horror elements in there, as expected, because, he's pretty damn good at that. He has a nice little track record. So, yeah, just excited to see what that brings, what Doctor Strange brings. And I have I don't know, if the day starts good on a good note tomorrow, I might be able to watch it tomorrow because tomorrow is the release date here in Bangkok. So I might go watch it on IMAX tomorrow, or I'm just going to have to wait till the weekend. Either way, I'll be discussing both Moon Knight finale and my thoughts and brief review, if you want to call it a review, on the next episode. So I want to save that, just, more content to talk about for the upcoming episode. And so now, we're going to track back. I said I was going to talk about it. So, on Instagram, if you follow me on IG, obviously at Moody Vintage. Ozark. Okay, listen. Now when it first came out, after maybe I think I made the statement like maybe season 2 of the show. And for me, it just solidified its place on my top 10 list, right, of like TV shows. Or should I say top 10? Let's say top 15, okay? Maybe not top 10, but top 15. There's a lot of great fucking shows out there. And I would say, and after season 2, I said that it is definitely... not definitely, not like by a mile or anything like that, but I always held Ozark higher than Breaking Bad. To me, Ozark is a better show than Breaking Bad. I know, unpopular opinion, controversial. I get it. And I don't blame you, because Breaking Bad's a damn good show. It's a great show. It's one of the greatest, television shows that have been made. But Ozark, man, it's just I don't know, man. And I reviewed this before, whether it's the cast, whether it's the directing, which has been consistent, and it's been quality filmmaking all throughout, from the first episode to the the finale. Maybe it wasn't my favorite episode. Let me put it that way, which is disappointing. And it's common, it's common. But like I said, whether it's the cast, whether it's the directing, whether it's, the production level, the script, I think is awesome. I really do. I love the script. And, if you didn't have a great script, you wouldn't have a great show. Whether it's on Netflix or whatever other network, doesn't matter. You have to have a good script. Otherwise, why, it's not gonna do too well. It's not gonna continue the pace might get messed up, or the quality of filmmaking might get messed up. So the writing is obviously one of the key components of a good film or a television show. And Ozark was one of them, is one of them. And but I was disappointed. I was disappointed by the series finale. Listen, I don't know if I should. If you haven't seen it yet, this might be a spoiler. Okay, let me just put it this way. One of our favorite characters bites the dust in the last episode. Okay, the series finale. It's not because of that. That's not why I was actually expecting that. I was actually expecting that to happen. But I was also expecting okay, you know what? I'm going to spoil it. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't care. It's been out for a while. I think I've given people ample amount of time. If you haven't even seen Ozark, shit, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. What are you doing? It's like one of Netflix's best shows of all time. But with that said, yeah, man. I expected that character, one of the main characters, to die. I expected more than one of the main characters to die, if you know what I'm talking about. And I was just talking, I was talking about the finale to, one of my friends, Chev, telling Chevy, while she was watching it, she was like sending me, messages, and we're going back and forth. And I had already seen it. And I told her, I was like, yo, man, you know what happens at the end? The bad guys win, But the bad guys that I was referring to were, and it's very similar to Breaking Bad, it's the main characters, right? They win. They got away with it. It's not just about getting away with it. It's just that it really showed the true colors, in a lack of a better term. I guess the essence of what creates a bad guy, or bad guys, or just bad people, whatever. Because there's a certain point where in films like this or movies like this, we're sort of rooting on the anti-hero, like we're sort of rooting on the individual who is just doing bad things. It's just not the most how do I say this? Not the most ethical or more moral things, forget about legality, they're immorally incorrect or immorally incorrect. Is that a double negative? I think that is. Morally incorrect. So they're immoral, okay? And unethical. So, sometimes we root them on, because they're badasses or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, man, let me tell you something, man. The birds, man. Marty Bird, I think he's one of the greatest television characters, straight up. But he's also infuriating, and you know why, okay? And then, Laura Linney. I absolutely despise her character, but that's what makes her such a damn good actress. You know what I mean? And she actually even directed a couple of the episodes of the final episodes of the series. So yeah, I mean that's what makes her such a damn good actress, because you're so invested in these characters that you're either gonna really love one, or then really either relate to one, or really love one, or absolutely hate someone. So excuse me. So, and to have someone like Jason Bateman, right? I mean, I think this is Jason Bateman's best role, best performance of any of his films, any of his TV shows that he's been in. Playing Marty Bird was just magnificent. I think he did it better than I couldn't picture anyone else in the role, is what I'm saying, right? His his temperament, you know what I mean, to his approach to things, his deliverance. It's almost like if Jason Bateman was actually someone with those characteristics as Marty Byrde, it would be like the a multiverse of madness, a variation of Jason Bateman. You know what I mean? He would be Marty Byrde, that character. It felt like it was just written specifically for him. So anyways, I mean he's definitely the sort of the flagship of the show, right? He's spearheading the whole thing. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm just bummed out, man. That's not the ending I wanted to see, but that's common. That's a very common thing with a lot of really good TV shows, whether they're good shows, great shows. Some of the greatest television shows of all time had not necessarily happy endings, but not so great endings or great finales, and people obviously have complained about it. People, it's caused ruckus. There's been a lot of forums and chat groups and Reddit feeds or all over social media. People didn't like this finale, didn't like that, didn't like this about it, that about it. It's hard, and I get it. I know, but like the gripe here is the biggest gripe here is that, listen, you have been producing, writing, directing, performing on this show for so long with like 4 seasons, right? You'd think that would be enough time, the right amount of time for the showrunners to get it right, to get the finale right, because it's one episode. Yes, it is the closing chapter of the entire series. Yes, we get that, and it's hella hard to consistently produce one episode after another and almost hit it out of the park on a consistent basis. We get that. It's hard. The art of filmmaking is very difficult. To make something good is damn near, I mean, I don't want to say impossible. I don't want to exaggerate anything like that, but it is very, very, very hard to create a hit television show or a hit film. It is very hard. There's a lot of not so great, content, whether it's in film or TV. There's a lot of mediocre ones. There's a lot of average ones, a lot of good ones. But to make a truly great show is effing hard. To make a great film, for example, is so goddamn hard. It's in the artistic world, it's probably one of the most difficult things to do, right? Just filmmaking in general, because you have to have, there's so many moving pieces, so many important components to the entire machine to make it go, to be fluid, to make it go so, smoothly. And you're not going to get everything right, it's very, very rare to have a perfect film. Very rare, right? It's like 0.001%, whatever. And so with that said, I get that. But my gripe again, it's the final episode. It's one episode. You could not get that, I don't know, right? And I'm saying this is because there's a very important element to when the Byrdes, after this particular incident happens, there is such a disconnect. There's no remorse, which is, by that time, I get it. You've become, you are a crime family, right? So, I mean, where's the line, Where do you cross the line? Regardless if you show remorse or not. No emotions, no whatever. Anyways, my point is, within the episode, there's a moment where Marty Byrde is with his character, one of our favorite characters. I'm being a little obvious here now. And then, by the end, it's like it never happened. They never had that conversation. They never had that, that moment, that quote unquote, probably defining moment. But in a weird way, it made sense. That's how they sort of, I don't know, made up, or not necessarily made up. What's the word that I'm looking for here? sort of like bury the hatchet kind of things, or hey, are we cool? Oh, we cool. I get that. Sometimes it doesn't have to be so poetic or over dramatic, to where, two characters are embracing each other after they've had, so many disputes or challenges along the way. I get that. You want to make it as real as possible, whatever. But still, there was a sense of disconnect, again, that I really didn't appreciate. It didn't make sense to me. How can you go from, and it's in one episode. If you did it within like 2 episodes, like the penultimate episode and the series finale, that would make sense. If you split it up to 2, sort of carried on that emotion, or that carried on that sort of series of sequences, But yeah, this all happened in one episode. And just like so many other shows that we've seen, great, amazing television, it felt rushed to me. The last episode felt rushed. It was very dissatisfying, I don't know. And I wasn't expecting anything. I mean, the only thing I was expecting was everyone to get whacked. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you fuck with the cartel, you get fucking whacked. I don't care who the hell you are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you fuck with the cartel, you get whacked. And I thought everyone was about to get laid out in the series finale. I thought that was going to be like, that's how you go out, Everybody, the whole family. You know what I mean? The whole bird crew, the whole bird crew, their associates, their affiliates, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because the cartel. You don't fuck with the cartel. And that's what happens. Anyways, man. Yeah, it was disappointing. But whatever. It's all, it's cool because I appreciate the show for what it was, and I still am firmly planted in my opinion the fact that Ozark is a better show than Breaking Bad. I even like Better Call Saul. The new season can't even speak now. Better Call Saul is out. It's on Netflix, and I've been watching that. So, and I love Better Call Saul. Actually, it's strange. I know it's weird. I love Breaking Bad just like anyone else, but it's so weird that I actually enjoy Better Call Saul more than Breaking Bad. Which is a spinoff. For those who don't know, it was a spinoff from Breaking Bad. But Ozark too. Again, I think it's just better. Maybe because Breaking Bad was a sort of a like a product of its time kind of thing. So I just think Ozark was just, I don't know, whether it's production, whether it's performance, or just the overall execution was just a bit better when it came to that. So it's just my opinion. I know a lot of people can disagree with me. And that's perfectly fine. I totally understand. I totally understand why you would choose Breaking Bad as like, your number one. You know what I mean? If you had to compare, that is. But yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Ozark. Yeah, I can go on. If I had a co-host or something like that, we would definitely have a discussion on it. But and I've already had a discussion on it with my favorite person to have a discussion on these certain things. So yeah, listen, I love Ozark. The season finale or the series finale, not the way I wanted to go. It's not like Lost bad. The Lost series finale, or even a Game of Thrones season finale. I wouldn't put it up there because I don't think the Ozark ended that kind of level. Maybe because it didn't have that type of fanfare, or that type of it wasn't a phenom, like Game of Thrones, right? That's different. But it wasn't great, and I didn't like it. God damn it. Anyways. But the show is definitely one of my favorite shows. And that's the show. Okay. What else? There's a lot of talking about shows. It also happened to be the Met Gala. The Met Gala, fashion's most prestigious event, red carpet event. It's the who's of the what's and the nots. You know what? I gotta be honest with you. I actually liked. First of all, I think it's probably probably credited to the theme, right? The theme that they chose for this year's Met Gala. That's probably why, because I saw a lot of really good pieces. To be honest, I used to be in the whole, I used to be all up into the whole, fashion week and the red carpets and stuff like that. It used to be my job. You know what I mean? That used to be my job about commenting on these on these celebrities and these red carpet events and things like that. So it was really cool to see this year's Met Gala with pieces that I actually liked. Like there was a lot of great, beautiful work of arts and dresses that the lovely ladies were wearing this time around. Celebrities, the men looking fly as hell too. Saw a lot of Oscar Isaac, Mr. Moon Knight, which we'll be watching tomorrow. The moment it drops, man, I'm so excited. I'm gonna watch the finale the moment it drops, for real. But yeah, apart from that, I liked a lot of the dresses, for real, and I've shared them. The ones I really, really liked, share them on my IG, and I'm like, I just shared another one right now. So yeah, the Met Gala was, I think it was wonderful. I think it was great. It's so awesome to have Tom Ford as the chair, of the Met, to have him as the leader, because it's man, I'm not just saying this because it's Tom Ford, who is one of the greatest designers of all time. I'm not biased because he's my most favorite fashion designer of all time. It's just he has an incredible, resume. I mean, look at his CV. Look what he has accomplished. It just only makes sense for him to be the chair, and I absolutely love it. I don't know who I'm trying to channel right now, whether it's Tom Ford or Tim Gunn. I can do a Tim Gunn, but we're not going to go there. So I'm just, man, I'm sorry. I always have to do some kind of voice or accent. I just can't do without it. So yeah, it's good to see Tom Ford still in the, in charge, being the head honcho over there at the Met, bringing great stuff. And what he was wearing great too. That's a beautiful man. That is a beautiful man. God damn it. He's gifted. Greatest designer of all time. Anyway, so that was the Met Gala. Met Gala was great. But yeah, apart from that, I think that that wraps things up here. We're gonna wrap it up. This has been episode 10 of House of Moody Vintage podcast, and I have been blessed again. There are times I wake up. Most days, I think I wake up and I go, oh, man, to have all this, bruv, like, I'm just so blessed in it. You know what I mean? Blood. Again, I'm just, I've been getting slowly but surely more followers on YouTube. You guys are enjoying the videos version of the podcast, which I appreciate. And it's great. Listen, subscribing is a way to support it, and I appreciate the support, and I love you guys for that. Also, if you follow me on, or follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give it a 5-star rating. Hook a brother up. Next time you watch it, go to my podcast channel, and give it a 5-star rating. Would really appreciate that. That would be wonderful. That's if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. Because this is not about likes, okay, or shares, but do share it if because it's a good time. It's a good time. No, but people have been like, I've had folks who follow me for a very long time. I've got new followers, on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever, and they really truly enjoy the podcast. So I'm really glad that you guys are really enjoying the podcast as much as I am, because it's definitely something that I number one, I need, creatively, and also I love, and I appreciate that you guys are sort of, hanging out with me, you know what I mean? Hanging out with me, going along, agreeing with me, cursing at me maybe, which is fine. It's cool. Just as long as you're listening to the podcast or watching it, it's all good. Hate me, hate on me. Just go ahead. Because if I get more haters, then I know I'm on my way to the top. So thank you for that. Anyways, that's gonna be enough for me. Most of this has been about the reviews of series finales, and you know what? I hope tomorrow starts off on a good note so I can watch Doctor Strange, and I mean I'm gonna watch it eventually anyway. If not tomorrow, I'll definitely watch it on Saturday on IMAX because that's the only way to do it. And then talk about it in the next episode. It's been about the movies. It's been about the shows that we're all loving and enjoying, and hopefully we get to have more of. And also, the Met Gala covered that. You know what I mean? And reviewed the last week of my life. Every week is a review of my life. I apologize if that bores you guys, but it's sort of like a reflection period time for me. Anyway, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's enough time for this episode, okay? Just close it, Moody. God. Anyways, love you guys. Stay safe. Hope you've enjoyed your Eid. And I hope this month has started off on a good note. There's a lot of unexpected things happening right now, especially for me. So I'm kind of not really on edge, but just staying positive, trying to stay optimistic and positive, and hope things go well. Yeah. Okay. I think that wraps it up pretty good. Y'all have a good one. I'm out this. Peace out.